I'll watch our eagle finish feeding here. The guys are down in the nest here, heads poke up. It's a deep nest, and they're getting as much food as they can now. And they really fill them up. They had a good breakfast, then they slept. Now it's lunchtime. And when they get done feeding, maybe they'll stand up and stretch a little bit, exercise. We'll get a better view of them. But we haven't been here several days and want to see how big they are. The mate just flew in and landed in the tree above them. So both adults are here, and this one's feeding the eaglets. Oh yeah, they're staying active. They'll get lucky when they're done feeding. They'll stand up and flap their wings. We'll get a good view of them. We're wanting to see how big they are now. That's what's going on. The bald eagle nest. They call this the Maplewood bald eagle nest, right across from the Maplewood golf course, Renton, Washington. There's that head coming up, back to us. Hey, putting away the chow. All right, the mate took off. That's what she looked at. They don't miss anything, so the mate went fishing again. She's finishing up feeding them. Well, that's a good view of the nest here. And they brought in those fresh leaves on those twigs because they fire over the nest to keep the nest clean. You can see the whitewash. And they bring that in to freshen up the nest a little bit, because they have a little misfire sometimes. That's what we're doing. Documenting the feeding at the Maplewood bald eagle nest. Right across from the Maplewood golf course. Oh, she's just having a good time feeding these little guys. They're not that little now. I mean, they've grown a lot. I've been wanting to see them stand up and stretch and flap their wings a little bit. Well, we'll see what happens when she's done feeding them. But they're getting a good feed. They're having a good one. Yeah, they're still interested. Just gonna fill them right up. I've seen them after feeding before the crops are really bulging. They can hardly move, so then they lay down and they take a good nap. Well, that's what it looks like, feeding time at the bald eagle nest. Named this pair Susie and Morgan. They've been here for years nesting, and they've had trouble with their nest blowing down, limbs snapping off. They've rebuilt their nest here in this area for 3 or 4 years now. And this nest here was built new this year, so we'll see how it holds up. Oh yeah, I see more activity in there. The other one moving a little bit. We keep a close eye on them. All right. Call that just about good here until they stand up and exercise a little bit. It's like she's eating a lot now, and they're kind of down for the count. Oh, here comes Papa in. See what's going on. Yeah, we want to keep that going now. He's a proud papa. He's checking out the eaglets, touching up the bedding a little bit, brought in a leaf. And they both take turns. He feeds them too, so this is our family scene. Noon meal at Bald Eagle Nest. That's a great pair. Susie and Morgan, we call them. There we go. See, ranging the bedding now. They get this big, it takes a lot of bedding to freshen up the nest because they're really going through the food and firing over the edge. That's a great video. Got her feeding, him coming in, arranging the bedding, getting everything squared away, getting everything all freshened up. So I'll keep an eye on him. Maybe he'll fly out and we'll see what happens. Yeah. It's good to have both of them in there doing their chores. All right, I think he's going to take off now. Go get some more bedding maybe. Let's see. Oh, he's got a stick. He's going to arrange a stick now. He'll build it up so high here, eventually I won't be able to see. There she's got a piece of meat in her beak. Well, that's good. We're getting all the nesting activities now. I've been wanting to get that. They take good care of the youngsters. They keep the nest as clean as possible. And like I say, bringing in fresh bedding. They'll stuff them little eaglets. Till they can't hold any more, that's for sure. They can hold a lot too, because they're getting pretty big now. And she's been feeding for a while, and they had a big breakfast, so we'll see how it goes here. He decided to come in and straighten up the nest while she's feeding them. We're starting to get a good breeze. We still got our filtered light. There's one little head peeking up over there, looks like, or is that a leaf? That was a leaf, I guess, yeah. It's hard to see all the bedding they're bringing in. Okay, here was a wing came up, one of the eaglets. Well, let's see what he's going to do now. He's not done freshening up, looks like. And he's going up on his limb. All right. Now we'll see if the little guys poke their heads up. Well, they ought to be happy campers now. They're getting well fed. All right. I think we'll call that good then. We had a good scene there with the pair. And we'll wait for the eaglets to stand up and exercise.